welcome back to our channel. If you are new here, we are a married lesbian couple from Vancouver, Canada, and we are currently traveling in the Netherlands with our little dog, Theo. Theo, do you want to say hi? Do you want to say hi? We are staying in Amsterdam right now, and as luck would have it, we are here during the big Tulip Festival, which is such a bucket list item. We honestly didn't even plan for it. It's just kind of how it worked out.
Yeah, and obviously when in Amsterdam, you have to go do that. So we are off on a little adventure today. You would think that it would be very straightforward and simple and have lots of easy transportation to get out there, but you'd be mistaken. And after quite a bit of research on how to get there, we decided to do a little car rental. We're actually doing a car share. We will tell you all about the process and kind of the easiest way that we found to get there, and give you all the details in this video.
Yeah, it is not as straightforward as we thought. We thought, great, it's in Amsterdam. That's got to be close to where we're staying. We're staying in like the city center. It's actually a 30 to 40 minute drive outside of Amsterdam, which makes sense because they need space, obviously, for all the tulip fields. It's a really big park. So getting there, you have a few options. Everything that we read online said that you can book a bus with your ticket that takes you there with like public transportation. So everything we read online about taking the bus there, which is a popular option, and on the website that's what's recommended, is to take the bus, and you can book like a combination ticket when you buy your tickets online. The reviews for the bus were not great. Everyone was saying that they oversell it. You end up still waiting in a really long queue even though you book a certain time. The lines are really long. It's really miserable. They often don't even have enough seats for everyone because they oversell them, so you have like a miserable ride there. You're stuck in traffic, not great, and then getting back is the same thing. You're standing in a really long line even though you have a ticket. So we were like, I really don't want to do that.
There must be a better way.
There must be a better way, exactly. So other than that, you can find your own way there, which would include like taking a taxi or an Uber, which is quite expensive, but if you're not worried about the cost, that can be an option.
That being said, taking an Uber there is fairly straightforward, but taking an Uber back can be a little dodgy, as we've read. People have had trouble finding one, or they wait like an hour for one.
Our main concern with that option would be A, the cost, and B, just getting stranded out there and not being able to find a car on the way home and having to take a regular taxi back, which would be very, very expensive. So the third option, because we are staying in the center of Amsterdam, so like cycling or walking obviously is not an option.
We did look it up. It was about an hour and maybe 2 hours or so to cycle there.
We also have our dog and camera here, so that wasn't really an option. So the last option was to drive ourselves, which I did see recommended online quite a bit, but because we are visiting, we have an international license, we didn't know how easy that would be in terms of using like a local car share. So we also looked at just renting a car. It was about $100 Canadian to rent a car for the day, so we did look at that option.
Yeah.
And
plus
then
you'd have to pay for gas.
Yes, you would have to pay for gas on top of that, so it'd probably be more like $120 Canadian.
Gas is quite expensive here.
Yeah, okay, so that was a consideration as well. So staff took it upon ourselves to look at all the local car shares because we figured that would be a good option. And the trouble was that we were doing this the day before we were leaving. One note about the local car shares is that if you are just signing up, you do need time to get your driver's license approved, especially if it's an international license. It can take longer. They need to manually approve it.
Yeah, if you have a European license, then it will be automatic in the app, which is awesome.
Right.
But anything else, it's more of a process, and if your license is not in English, then you will need an official translation of it. So that process would take a little bit longer, but if you have all that documentation, then they are actually pretty good at getting that once you follow up with the other information. And for us, basically, I registered in the evening, so nobody was working when I, created a ticket to get a validation done manually. In the morning, they got back to me in like half an hour, and everything was done. Awesome. Give yourself a little bit more time, probably, just in case, but then that opens up the door in terms of options for you. So
I do think this ended up being a great option in terms of convenience. It's just really nice to know that we're on our own terms. We don't have to stand in line and wait for a bus. When we're done this evening, we can just hop in our own car and leave whenever we want, which is great. And cost-wise, what did it end up being total?
So this will end up being about 53 euros
plus parking, which is I think $8.
So if you're not familiar with a car share program, it's really cool because gas and everything and insurance and everything's included. So the rental fee is just the rental fee. There is sometimes additional fees for extra kilometers outside the main area and things like that. So you can basically do it by minute, by hour, or by day. And so we are looking at, for us, probably about a 6-hour rental. And all of the cars in the fleet that we are driving, like the program that we're driving with, they're all electric. Very cool. So basically when we selected a car from the app, we just made sure to select one with, power percentage, battery percentage that was high enough that we didn't have to worry about charging while we're outside the little Amsterdam zone of the car share.
Yeah, the one we're using is called Share Now. It's the same company, I believe, that used to run Car2Go. If anyone used that, we used to use it all the time about 10 years ago. So yeah, similar concept, nice vehicles, very cool that they're all electric. And yeah, cost-wise for about 6 hours works well, because to rent a car for the day, we would have basically been paying for 24 hours and then not using it for 24 hours. And then we would either have to pay to like park it overnight in the city or just take it back early, but still be paying for it overnight, basically. So I think all in all, we made the right choice. We'll see by the end of the day, but it's a comfy ride. You're doing very well driving.
Yeah, I love the electric car. It's super fun, and driving through the city wasn't too bad. There's obviously a lot of bikes and pedestrians and trams and things to pay attention to, and there is also a right side priority in the Netherlands. So in most situations, other than if you're driving on a priority road like we are on now, if somebody is coming from another main street on the right side, they actually have the right of way. They get priority. So you, as the person going straight, have to yield to the person on the right. So that would be the only major thing in terms of driving here that's quite different than North America.
Yeah.
But otherwise, yeah, pretty straightforward. Driving on the right side of the road.
Yeah.
The electric cars are all automatic, which makes that really easy. Yeah, it's great.
Yeah. So we are about 10 minutes away and coming up on the town of Lies, which is where the Keukenhof Festival is. That's a big festival that they do annually here in the Netherlands. It's a very big deal. People come from all over. I anticipate it'll be quite busy, but we are going in the afternoon to stay until closing, because I read that is when it's quietest, aside from first thing in the morning. So we'll see how busy it is. It's a Wednesday and it's the last week. It actually closes this weekend. Sunday is the last day. So we'll see how busy it is, and hopefully the flowers are still in good condition, and hopefully the weather holds up. So crossing our fingers that
bit of a gloomy
it is
day. There's some rain clouds, so wish us luck.
It's been nice this week, but yeah, today is just a bit cooler, so we'll see. Yeah. And also the park is dog friendly, which is really exciting. The other reason why we decided to go, because we have our small dog with us, and I just love that he can come everywhere with us. So far in the Netherlands, it's been so dog friendly. So all right, so we are going to park and then head on in.
So we've had a chance to walk through a lot of the park already, and it is beautiful. It's huge here. There's obviously lots of flowers, lots of gardens, lots of birds, and we've seen
really close to our head.
we've actually seen a lot of dogs too. So obviously it's so nice that it's dog friendly.
All the dogs seemed very happy and they're very well behaved, including our little Theo, who was just in some clogs with doing a bit of a photo op and got some attention. So yeah, very good stuff.
We have a clog photo of him from the first time we came to the Netherlands when he was like a year and a half old in 2016. So we needed a second.
Always need that clog photo.
Yeah. Yeah, we've been having a great time so far. I think late in the season, obviously it's great that the crowds are less. It's not crazy busy here, so there are so many great photo ops and stuff, and it's nice to come when there aren't so many people. Obviously the trade-off of that is that some of the flowers are looking a little sad late in the season. There are still lots that are beautiful, but that's kind of what you get this time of year. So I would say April is probably like the peak time to come, but that also means it's like so busy, I imagine. The crowds get really crazy, so you kind of have to weigh the pros and cons, and obviously it just depends like when you can come here.
Yeah, for sure. The sun has actually come out, which is really nice. We see some blue sky peeking through, and yeah, it's warmed up, which is really nice. So we're just gonna take our time, leisurely enjoy the rest of the park.
Yeah, it's open till 7:30, so we're gonna walk around, maybe take some more photos, and just enjoy the sunshine.
Yeah.
Well, that was very successful.
I think it was incredibly successful. It turned into a beautiful day, beautiful evening, and it's so quiet. I think a lot of people left when it started to get a little gloomy.
Yeah.
But luckily we came late and stayed late, and definitely got to get the nice blue sky and sunshine.
Yeah. I also think it really thins out in that last hour. That was what I read online, to come in the afternoon and stay till close, because people leave early if they've seen everything, and lots of people come earlier in the day. So that last hour, 6:30 to 7:30, it really gets quiet. So it's a good time to take photos. The light is nice.
Yeah.
And all in all, I think successful visit.
Yeah, definitely glad we came here, and I'm definitely glad we did it the way we did it.
Yeah.
Because now we can just hop in our car, and traffic is looking good. So we're just going to drive back in the city and then drop the car, and that's it.
Yeah, we don't have to stand in an hour-long line for the bus.
Yay.
So I'm really happy about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good way to do it for sure. And I think those would be our top tips. Come in the later afternoon.
Yeah.
Stay till close. Rent a car. Do a car share. Drive yourself out here. And come earlier in the season if you can, if you want to see the full blooms for all the flowers. But it was still very nice.
Yeah, and in terms of pricing, I think that bus ticket was an extra like €15 for each person.
Yeah.
So if you have more than 2 people, it's very much worth it for the car.
Definitely. Yeah. Okay. Well, thanks for watching. I think Theo enjoyed himself. Where is he?
Yeah, Theo has been so sleepy. And he's just been falling asleep the last little bit. It's very cute.
Yeah, it's a good spot for dogs. Lots of smells, lots of stimulation, a good place to tucker them out.
He's definitely tired now.
Yeah.
Thanks so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe if you want more of this type of content, and we'll see you next time.
Yeah, sounds good.
Bye.